Hi everyone. You should be able to hear me. So I'm going to be doing this cool pairing today. This is the Meraki Tarot, and then this is a new deck. So as always, you guys are kind of getting the sneak peek. This is the Arcana Folia. It's a really cool, like nature themed deck. I'm really excited to try it out. So yeah, I'm switching over. I think for the year from Restream to Streamlabs. Um, it's cheaper and but there are some features that I either can't find or like they don't exist. So not sure which. All right. Sorry, forgot to take the decks out. Alrighty, guys. So I'm gonna move this over here. Move that over here. Thank you guys for joining me. Happy New Year. Make sure you like this video. It helps with the algorithm. Um, The queue is open, so feel free to join. And let's get started with the community read. Sorry in advance, Luna is already here. Like, I don't know if you could hear that. Okay, so this is going to be our first community read of the new year. So let's see what energy we have for us for 2025. I'm really excited to get this deck all shuffled and use it with you guys. Ooh. Okay. So our first card is Combat. This is the Stand Your Ground card. I really like this. I don't really like know my animals all too well, but I like that this animal here has like the horns, but has flowers coming out of it. So it's more so like, like don't go looking for trouble or whatever. But if you gotta use your horns every once in a while and stand up for yourself, then you should definitely do it. And I think going into 2025, it's just a reminder, like, standing up for yourself is never a bad thing. And if you struggle with it, then maybe this is your wake up call to try it out. Okay, next card. Here we go. Ooh, gossip. So word spreads fast. I feel like, if you no longer let people, walk all over you or um put you down or just anything like that, I think that people are going to start to see that and feel that from you, and the word is going to spread fast, and you should be treated at least better by the people who, or at least respect it. Let's just say that, right? They may not treat you better, but they might respect you and just keep their distance, which is honestly a little better. um let's see what our final card is. Ooh, treasure. Protect your energy and your space. So it definitely feels like as we go into 2025, it's just a reminder to set your safe space, find like the people that you love and trust and keep them around. And if people don't fall into that bucket, there's no reason to try to keep them around. Right. So it's like get rid of the dead weight, stand up for yourself. And if you need to, um, let people know that you're no longer going to be putting up with that. Luna wants to get on my lap so badly, but she just makes shuffling so hard. Alrighty. Sandy. Oh, thank you for stopping in and saying hi. I mean, if you'd like another reading, you're more than welcome to join the queue. But if you're good with your reading you had last time, then that is a-okay as well. All right, let me go to the queue. We have What a Lovely Day in Ari. And looks like Luke just joined. Alrighty. So I'm getting these cards all shuffled. So what a day, go ahead and post your question for me. Thank you for understanding and being patient. And I'm just gonna get this deck all warmed up. I haven't used this in a while. Okay. There we go. Nice big shuffle. Ooh. I'm excited to see how these guys pair together. I mean, obviously the greens are a little off, but like the motifs are really similar. So I'm really excited to see how they look. So um I might pull an extra card for you guys as a New Year's gift. Luna is definitely oh, the newest edition that came out, Luke. So the new edition is nice because I think the font is different. So the font down here, I think, stands out a little bit more, and I think it's not a script. So I feel like I have a better deck for that. Where is it? I don't like to do yes nos like that with tarot, so I have a new deck that I'm gonna break out for you. It's the Crystal Ball deck. I just got it, and you're my excuse to crack her open. So let's see. I'm gonna put your question on here, and then I will just pull an oracle card for you, just for your ancestor, a message from your ancestor, just as a little bonus. So let's see. If the ancestor you have in mind, whose younger male is named Giorgio. I like that name. Let's see. Is it your ancestor named Giorgio? So this is go. The time is right. I think so. I would say, yeah. Your ancestor's name is Giorgio, and uh, if you haven't explicitly been working with that specific ancestor, then I would say make some time to work with that one specifically. It seems like maybe there's stuff that he wants you to work on, and it could be surrounded around changes that you are wanting to make in your life. So this is the detour card, and this is suggesting to maybe change course a little bit. So I think that maybe this is signifying like how you've been working with your ancestors might need to change course a bit. And then within that, just expanding out from there. Um, your work specifically with Giorgio can help you more long term, I would say. But yeah, that seems so cool. So have fun working with getting to know this ancestor of yours. I haven't been doing my ancestor work like I should be. So that's one of my goals for 2025 is to get my crap together. Hey Ruby. Oh, that's so cool. What a lovely day. I don't really do channeling, but I do work like through divination and just like journaling and stuff like that, just because I wouldn't consider myself a channeler. So it's always interesting to hear other people's experiences like that. But have fun. Alrighty, up next we have Ari. Ruby, I hope you are doing well. I'm gonna set this off to the side. You can use that if it comes up. Really like that deck. It's so cute. I gotta figure out how to put music on here. It's actually gonna bother me. Oh, I don't like how they do it. Mm, okay, cool. There we go. Yeah, happy New Year. Hey, Cora, welcome. Did you ask me about Starbucks and Chipotle, or am I just mixing this up? So let me get this shuffled. I'm finding that the music has to be from my computer for this platform, which I don't hate, but I was ill prepared for. Let's see how Starbucks will be. So, you have, I'm gonna move some stuff around. Ugh, goodness, discombobulated. Okay, there we go. So you have the lovers, the two of cups, and then the fool. I don't think Starbucks is gonna be at all like, if you can't cut it, you're out. Like no room for mistakes kind of thing. It feels very much more like I don't want to say necessarily a create your own destiny, but you have more options, is probably what I'm looking for. So, between the lovers and the concept of twos in general, where you have these different options, there's this duality that's happening. I think you have more options um, of where and how you want to work at Starbucks versus Chipotle. Come on, come on, Luna. Let's go uppies. Say hi to everybody, Luna. Say hi. So, the big concept with the lovers is right being able to make these different decisions. You have these choices that you can make, and making sure that you make the ones that feel right for you and something that you would actually really like. And the twos kind of reflect that. Okay, Luna. See, she makes everything so difficult. She's so cute, though. So the two of cups being at the center of your reading really indicates to me that Starbucks will allow you to really um, find a place to fit in that you truly, truly connect with. It might bring you, it would, well, in comparison to how you're describing Chipotle and what I'm seeing here, it looks like it would bring you a lot more joy overall. Um, and I think that at the end of the day, with the fool at the end of your reading, that means you kind of have the I think Starbucks will, for whatever reason, maybe just because it would just let you feel like you are in a little bit more control of your own destiny. This fool card at the end of the reading really indicates to me that you're going to be able to kind of start fresh. Starbucks is obviously not the end of the line with the full card here. And you said you wouldn't want to work at Starbucks permanently. So I think it's a great stepping stone. It allows you to figure out your options. Um, and you have more, you're able to find a little bit more balance at Starbucks. Whereas, like, if everything was like really go, go, go at Chipotle, then. Not to say that it would be perfect. I just think that it comparatively, based off of what I'm seeing here, um, I think this would be a much better fit. And then I think these are lemons. So it very much feels like the cliche, like when life gives you lemons, make lemonade kind of stuff. And I think that, not Chipotle, Starbucks would better allow for that. And there's this air of freedom that you feel, especially with this full card, where it just kind of feels like you're able to kind of take that leap and ride the updraft, that kind of thing. And I love the open skies that we have across the two cards. Feels very open. It doesn't feel very constricted, like you were describing your time at Chipotle. So it will definitely be polar opposite of that, but definitely not something that you want to do long term. It doesn't seem like it's a long term thing for you. Actually, before I put these away, let's pull an oracle card because I didn't get a chance to see how the pairing would look in the previous reading. Let's see. Just an oracle card. Overall energy of, I guess, working at Starbucks. Oh, you have the change card. It says, fear is not a good advisor. But I feel like the change, or the I don't remember what the sailor's wheel is called, but that's, this steering column of a ship. This thing here, very much fits. Sorry, the cards are backwards. Very much fits in, what I was saying about feeling like you have a little bit more control over things and being able to pivot and make changes based off of what really makes you happy. And I think that reflects that a lot. I kind of like this pairing. Okay. I'm excited for the next one. We'll see. We shall see, right, Luna? Okay. Alrighty, Luke, you are up next. Oh, did it not go? Nope. Okay, Luna. There we go. Hey, Steph. You're welcome, Ari. Thank you, as always, to my lovely mod, Priscilla. Make sure you check out her channel if you haven't already. Okay, switch sides, Luna. I don't know why, but I like when your head's over here. All right, let's see what's coming for Luke and Love in 2025. So this deck does have yes/no cards, and has a few oracle cards, just as a heads up, since I pulled one. Last card. All right, and then let's pull Ruby. There isn't a lot in there, but I kind of like that because it's like clear and succinct, and sometimes that's just the kind of answer that I'm looking for. So it definitely serves its place, or serves its purpose rather. And I got it on sale, so it was a good price for the amount of cards, in my opinion. I think it was less than $10. And I think that's the pocket. Oops, forgot to highlight your question. Oracle card for Luke. All right. Here we go. Let's take this one. Okay. So you have the yes card, and then we have the Six of Cups. My God, I can't read. And the Eight of Cups. So I think 2025 for you, Luke, is going to be about figuring out who you are and who you want to be in terms of being in a relationship. So it feels like you might have relationships throughout the year, but they feel more like stepping stones or lessons learned than anything long term. It feels more so about you, right? So the Six of Cups kind of indicates to me that it's kind of reflecting on what it is that you almost like what would make your inner child happy in terms of what would little Luke like to see from himself in a relationship, right? So I think it all goes back to reflecting on your specific needs. Uh the yes card, I always if it's not a yes or no question, I always take the card as like just active energy, a lot of movement forward specifically. So just kind of being a little more positive in things as you go forward. Maybe saying yes to things that you normally wouldn't because it's a little outside your box. You know, try dating in other ways or meeting people in other ways. Okay, bye Luna. Stuff like that. I feel like that's really what the yes card is indicating. And then in the center of your reading, reflecting back on what would make little Luke happy and stuff like that. And I feel like as I'm talking, things are probably coming into your mind. So kind of pull those out and focus on those things. And then here we have the Eight of Cups. This feels very much like the opposite of the Six of Cups, but in a good way, where the Six of Cups, you're focusing on what is it that you want to bring in, what would make you happy deep down, versus the Eight of Cups is realizing, okay, these things make me happy, but these other things exist and I don't like that. And I'm no longer going to look forward to that. So I feel like the relationships that you have in 2025 are really going to start to shape this. I feel like this might come off as like, maybe not good news, but I really think that it's important for people to learn who they are and what it is that they truly want out of relationships, because it can be hard. And I feel like some people they lose themselves when they're in a relationship and they're not quite sure how to keep themselves, right? So welcome to the Q, Steph. So I think that 2025 is really going to be a lesson in love for you. As people come and go, you're really going to start to learn who it is you truly are, start to get a little more comfortable in that aspect. And really, this ultimately will manifest, I feel like, in being able to set really like clear boundaries when you enter relationships, and also knowing like you don't have to give yourself away when you're dating. You could still be who you are and not gonna feel so lost. So it's a little bit of a journey, but at the end of the day, I think that if you see it as something more so positive, where you're growing and becoming, you 2.0, then if you frame it that way, it won't seem so daunting. You're welcome. Thank you. Oh, I think I missed saying hi to Chelsea. Welcome to the queue, Chelsea. Alrighty, 4, you are up next. I was going to use my moon deck today. I realized like I was going to use my moon deck and the unfolding path because I thought that it would make more sense for the new year to kind of have like the unfolding path ahead of us being the new year. But I really wanted to try this deck out, and in true fashion, I always try out my new decks with you guys first, and then the flip through usually comes out like later in the month. All right, let's get a message from Spirit for 4. And let's pull an oracle card for you. Message from Spirit for 4. So your oracle card is I I always struggle to say this word, reciprocity. So this is about giving and receiving. So you give help, you receive help. You basically receive the energy that you put out. So we have the Five of Cups, the Six of Swords, and then this is oh god, I cannot read. Obscurity. This is a specialty card in the deck. So I feel like you're going through a little bit of a rough patch right now, and I think Spirit is trying to help you get out of it. I just don't know that you've taken all the actions to do so yet. So the Five of Cups can sometimes be a little bit of an indicator that you're wallowing a bit. I feel like that was a really harsh word, but what I mean is like things aren't going well and you're too focused on the things that are not going well. The Five of Cups to me is always a card where it's like, ho hum, things are horrible, blase blase. But in reality, if we just took the chance to like back away and see the full picture, you realize that there are still good things that are happening. And there's this opportunity with the Five of Cups to focus on those things. So I think Spirit is really wanting you to step back a little bit, look at everything that's going on, and realize that it's not all bad, and you can start to focus on the good things and start to let the bad things kind of slide off your back a bit. And I think that in this time, they're not saying you have to do this alone, right? So the give help, receive help card really tells me that you can rely on people that you trust around you. Obviously, you can rely on your spirit team. I mean, that's kind of like a no-brainer, right? But as you are doing this, right, as you are taking a step back and looking at everything as a whole, this Six of Swords is really saying you need to start to think about all of those things that you've been focusing on. How can you allow them to just slide off your back? How can you put them behind you so you can start to move forward? There's a lot of movement in the Six of Swords that is in a good direction. So swords cards can be a little scary for some people, but really the Six of Swords is about releasing that baggage and sailing off away from it. So not only are you just letting go of it, you're mentally moving on from those things. And that takes a very concerted and deliberate effort. So the obscurity card, actually, I want to look it up. I want to look up what the creator says about this card, and then I will put my twist on it because I like to do that. So the obscurity card, that's this one. This is about working inwardly, doing a lot of inner work, hope, enlightenment, but feeling lost and like there's no way out. So this very much reflects the Five of Cups. There's like a little bit of reflection going on. But I think that, put this back real quick. But I think that, as I was saying before, that if you start to zoom out, if we look at these two mirroring each other, like zoomed in, right? You're focused on the negative. So then that means with the obscurity card, you kind of feel a little trapped, right? But as you zoom out, you start to realize those boundaries that you're seeing only exist on like maybe two sides, but there are your back was to the opening. You know what I mean? And being able to put yourself to physically and mentally move out of that pseudo box that you feel like you're in right now. But again, just to remind you that this isn't something you have to do alone, but I do think that there is a good part of this that you need to just kind of sit with yourself and look inward. There's a lot of introspection that you need to do because, obviously we can't just rely on other people and we can't just rely on our guides to do it for us. There's a little bit of work, maybe a lot of bit of work that you'll have to do on your own. Thanks, Steph. Happy New Year. And yes, thank you for reminding everybody, please like this video. It helps with the algorithm. Thank you, Priscilla. Yeah, that's my Spirit de la Lune deck. I love it. It's a little spendy, but I think it was like my first or second Oracle I ever got. And it's been a powerhouse. You're very welcome, for. Alrighty, Chelsea, you are up next. Let me see. I can grab it real quick because it's right here. So I have the Moonology deck, and I actually don't like it. I don't know what to use it for. This does what I thought the Moonology would also do, but this does it better. But yeah, it's really cool, and I don't have a problem at all. But the cards are circular and really like holographic. They're really, really pretty. I feel like this is what Moonology wishes it was. Alrighty, Chelsea, thank you. All right, just wanted to put that back. So when I get questions like this, I like to just caveat that I am a girl slinging cards on the internet. I'm not like a lawyer. I don't have any of those qualifications. So, and the future is nebulous. So please take this reading with a grain of salt. But we can see what the situation is right now. Whoop. One thing I struggle with the Meraki Tarot is that the cards are rose petal finish. So they feel beautiful, but they like to stick together. All right, last card. All right, let's pull an oracle card for you. Steph, I think there's like a healthy balance between both. It's very astrology based in comparison to Moonology, but there's also like a lot of moons as well in it. So this actually came up in our community read. This is our treasure card. So this is about protecting your energy and your space. So I think that this, in the midst of everything going on, it's just a reminder to as things are going on, don't let whatever is happening suck you into an even worse space. That's how I take it. So we have the King of Wands, the Page of Cups, and then the Chariot. Let me sit with this for a second. I really feel like I'm trying to decide where I want to start. Sometimes I like to start at the end of a reading versus the front, but I think this is more like that. So, the reason I switched this, so we have our King of Wands. Wands is our fire energy, but then we have the Page of Cups, and then we have the Chariot. I think both of these are water elements. I think Chariot's water. I know Sil or Ruby in the comments will confirm or deny that, but it feels very much like opposing forces between these two. So, and just a caveat, I don't shuffle in reversals. So anytime I feel like a card is more reversed, I switch it for you guys. So if you come back and watch it, blah, blah, blah. So the King of Wands is, the King of Wands is impulsive and overbearing. And I feel like as this is going on, I think that this is a little bit still of an uphill battle in terms of your case, but I don't think it's necessarily all bad. I just think that there's still going to be a lot of fight to be fought. And the King of Wands doesn't have to be that way, right? The King of Wands can really lean into his kingness, being very thoughtful, being very like the wands, being a very passionate and inspiring leader. But in reverse, when things start to get a little out of the king's control, he can get a little impulsive and angry. He could start to expect way too many things, and I want you to be careful about setting realistic expectations about how things are going. So that could look like, if you have somebody who is working the case, asking that question, like, is it realistic what you're hoping for? Is it realistic to get anything? Is it realistic to appeal if things don't go right? Like, find out your answers so that way you don't fall into this negative king aspect. But I will say that the idea of having that fire, I'm hoping that there's a little bit of spark there, mirroring this chariot, to indicate that it feels more positive than negative, is kind of what I'm getting at. So in the center of your reading, we have the Page of Cups. Pages are, I'm going to say, like the messengers in this case. It's kind of how it feels to me. Where specifically the Page of Cups is almost like a surprise message that makes you happy. So that's why I feel like ultimately this feels like a positive thing that will happen in regards to your unemployment case and getting your benefits. But because I do feel like it's an uphill battle, mirroring that with the Chariot, I do think that there's going to be a lot of work that has to be done to get there. So while the Page of Cups is really like I said, the happy surprise card in the midst of everything, I do think that there's still some work that you need to do. And what I like about these two cards mirroring it, I think this is like a reminder, if we go back to the protecting your space, your energy and your space, right? So the Chariot is indicative of having a little bit of control. And because it's water, okay, you guys confirmed for me, thank you. Because it's more water energy, having control over your emotions, don't letting them get out of hand, don't allow your case to go off the rails, basically, right? So continue to keep that control, if that means working with whoever you got to work with, staying on top of people. Yes, it's going to be really frustrating at times and can really get you out of character here, but your goal is to always keep that upright energy, right? Be more of an inspiration, less of frustration. So I do wish you luck, though. I know stuff like that can be really, really hard. Alrighty, Steph, you are up next. Thank you, Ruby and Sil, for confirming for you. For me, rather. Oh, did you send a... Whoop! Did you send a tip, Steph? Sorry if I missed it. I have my phone muted. I really shouldn't do that. Luna, I'm almost done. Can I do one more? All right. Okay, via PayPal. Sorry. I need to just be logged in on my tablet so that way I don't get other messages, but I can see my freaking what you call it. Thank you. Ruby, yes, that is Luna's little meows. Come on. Ugh. Maybe 2025 is where I get a little cat cam. But she likes to sit on my lap, so it's hard. She doesn't lay on the little pillow that's under the desk. Sometimes Apollo will. Okay, turn around. I need your head this way. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Steph, let's see what your career prospects look like for 2025. And just to clarify, when you say prospects outlook, are you just saying whether you will get a job, or are you looking more like favorably, or are you looking for like specific career? Whoop, there we go. Whoop. Working around a cat here. I know. I do have another GoPro, so as long as the cable that I have is long enough. I know, Luke. I should have just pulled out a card that just says start YouTube channel. Okay, let's pull an oracle card for your career prospects. Ooh, okay, so this is the sweetness card, and it's a little strawberry in the center. This is about setting clear boundaries. So, you have the Temperance card, we have the Six of Cups making a reappearance, and we have the Seven of Cups. So I actually really like this. This seems like stupidly positive, so I'll try to reel it in, right? So I'll start in the beginning and work my way out. I think that 2025 ultimately is going to bring you some sense of like feeling like you're walking the right path finally. And feeling like you have found the job that makes sense for you, or at least like you are working towards the right thing, and you feel like you have a really awesome idea of how you're going to get there, a really good game plan that you feel confident in, whether you've quite gotten there yet or not. It's a little hard to say, right? It's literally January. So it's one of those things where you kind of have to see how things progress as the year goes on and do regular check-ins. But it seems very much like this year overall is going to be the journey of finding that moment. Temperance card is really like being able to walk the middle path. You're not like flip-flopping between these extremes within your career. Things are starting to find a little bit of level for you. And it's okay. I'm sorry. You're gonna really start to feel like this semblance of balance. The Six of Cups, I don't know. The Six of Cups is sorry, she's on 100 right now. What was I saying? Okay. The Six of Cups really feels like at the center, this is the center of your reading, right? The Six of Cups really makes it feel like you're gonna go back to something that's really familiar. So if you have done something in your past that is part of your career and the path that you've been going down career wise, I feel like it's about you reconnecting with the things that were working for you before. I'm starting to feel like you know, it's making up for all of the difficulty that you might have had previously. And ultimately, it just feels really like a very happy card to have in the center of your reading. Feels very warm and inviting. And it kind of looks like, it almost looks like these butterflies and these flowers are sort of like blossoming together in a kind of way. And then we have the Seven of Cups, which tells me that as you are going through this, you're going to start to come across really great options for you. Sometimes too many. That can be the downside to the Seven of Cups, but it's like you have options based off of you finding your true purpose within the path you're going down for your career. So I think that having those different options, being able to weigh them and see how they feel, and reflecting back on this Six of Cups and the Temperance card, like, does it feel like, oh, you can like finally just ease into it and it makes sense, or does it not quite fit into that energy? You know what I mean? So I think 2025 is going to be a fun year in terms of career. It's just a matter of like putting in the work to do so, which is not the fun part. But you know, no pain, no gain, so they say. Yes, Luke, I love that. Claim it in 2025. I know. I am going to try to do that. I think I linked it in my Discord, the vision like bingo thing, and it would do like a blackout bingo and then post photos over it just to see like what I've accomplished. Yeah, you're welcome, Steph. And neutral's not bad sometimes, like neutral's sometimes better than bad, and it just gives us a reprieve so that way we can kind of step forward more clearly. It's easier to step forward from neutral than it is from chaos. You know what I mean? Alrighty. Up next, we have Lala. I'm almost done. I'll close my queue and everything. I don't do third-party readings, so I can see what the energy is between you guys and kind of glean that. But the reason he's not texting you is his business. So just let me know if you want to do that. Steph, you can't keep getting our hopes up like that. Ugh, Luna, your little claws. Okay. Awesome. Let's do that, and I will be finishing up with you for the night. So let's see what the energy is, what's going on between you two. Whoop. All right, one more card. Alrighty, let's pull an oracle card. And Steph, I realized I didn't give you like an extended reading, but you tipped me. So if you'd like to do something more, please let me know. I'm so sorry about that. I got like caught up. So this card is leisure, remaining lighthearted. We have here the Three of Pentacles, come on, Luna, the Ten of Cups, and then the Universe is the World card here. So I really don't think there's anything bad going on. I just think that A is working on other stuff, it seems like. So the leisure card to me just really feels like things are chill, I message whenever I message. Um and maybe he's just not in the mood to message, right? So the 3 of Pentacles to me indicates like it feels very much like a friend circle. So maybe they happen to be more engaged with another part of the circle right now, um versus the part that you were in. So I don't know how you guys necessarily know each other, but if you guys are like a friend group, obviously there are sort of different circles even within a friend group. And if he just happens to be doing a lot of other stuff, it kind of feels like maybe that's what he's doing, because the 10 of Cups really indicates that nothing's really wrong. 10 of Cups is a really happy card. um really like content emotionally, just feels like anything that he wanted to achieve, you guys have between you, it's fine. Nothing's really disturbed. And then the universe card kind of sells that as well, where it just feels like everything is how it's going to be, and it's just like a natural cycle, right? So one of the things that I'm gonna kind of go off of symbolism here, right? We kind of have a few circles here, a few circles here. It just feels like a natural cycle in the um friend sphere to use more cyclic words. But and sometimes it sucks, right? Because it just means that maybe you guys are just off cycle from each other, and one person feels it, but the other person might be so busy that they don't and don't even recognize it. So one of the things that's missing here, I would say, or any like swords, any indication of communication. So um just be honest, right? Just say like, hey, I've been missing our chats, and I would love if you could take more time. Or just ask like, hey, if you're too busy, just let me know, and something like that, right? So yeah, I don't think I would necessarily take it personally, though I do understand how. Oh, you guys met online? Well, I mean, that's kind of a friend circle, isn't it? I mean, like Luke, Sil, and Steph are my part of my online circle, and Ruby and them. Uh, but I guess it depends how you. It could be. I think it depends how you approach it, right? But I would say too, like if you know that he's busy, like you're an online friend, if he's busy with offline stuff and he's just getting online to veg out, like maybe that's what this card is. Like he comes online to doom scroll and really just what sometimes we just want to get online and turn our brains off and just don't have the energy for communication. And then everything else is fine. Just Jesus. 1 second. Luna Anderson. Okay, sorry. She knocked a candle over that I had just gotten, and I'm just like, "Ugh." But yeah. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't really necessarily seem that way. It just seems like, because this is, remember, the energy between you guys, right? So I think that it just means like maybe it just needs a little bit of a break, and that's fine. But Andrea, yeah, sorry. I am finishing up for the night, but I will be back next week. That's not even her full name. Like, I mean, if I had pulled out the middle name, I would have had to just get off stream. I would have been too angry. Yeah, so that part to me, just being rude. Men are stupid. And they're annoying, and they do stuff like that sometimes. It's just ugh. Yeah, online dating is hard because it's like the online world and then the in real life world, but when you're dating, you're trying to navigate both, and it's hard. It's hard to merge the 2. Aw, Andrea, thank you so much. I will be back next Friday, 7 PM Eastern Standard Time. So, guys, feel free to join me on Discord. Um, I very rarely give free readings there and stuff like that, but we talk about tarot and witchcraft and just regular stuff as well. Um, so if you'd like to join us over there, yeah. I try not to be mean to people, but it's my nature. Oh, oh, poor Andre. I'm so sorry for your family, especially this time of year. I'm happy Shadow had a nice long life with a happy family, and the space cadets and I will light a little candle for him. So everyone, send your love and energy to Andrea and their family. You're welcome, Lala. Alrighty, guys, I am going to hop off of here. I will be on Discord if you want to hang out with us. And thank you guys so much. Uh Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Alrighty, guys. Bye.